Jai Shri Mataji. So those of us who are foot soaking together, let's start to rinse our feet. We'll start the program in a few minutes. Jai Shri Mataji.
We are going to balance the 3 channels to prepare for meditation. First, we will raise just the center channel 7 times, with the right hand and left hand resting on the lap. Just the center channel, raise it 7 times, please. Now we will take left to right. Left hand open, right hand brings the left side up over the head and pushes down the right side 7 times. Then we take up just the center channel Once more, raise it 7 times, please. And then we shall take the right channel up and push down the left 7 times, please. And finally, we will again take the center channel up 7 times. And now let us raise the Kundalini all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we will do Bandhan also together slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Sarvangi Sundaruti Shendurachi Kanti Chalke Mal Mukta Falanchi Jai Deva Jai Mangala Murti Darshan Matre Mana Kamana Purti Jai Deva Jai Mangala Murti Chittafara tuze gauri kumara Chandana chiuti kum kum keshera Ire jadita mukuta shoba tobara Runjuntino pure charani gagarya Jai Deva Jai Mangala Murti Darshan Madre Mana Kamana Purti Jai Deva Jai Mangala Murti Darshan Madre Mana Kamana Purti Lambodar pitambar fanivar vandana Sarir sonda vakra tunda trinayana Das ramacha vadpa sadana Nirvani rakshave survar vandana Jai Mangala Murti Darshan Matre Mana Kamana Purti Jai Deva Jai Mangala Murti Darshan Matre Mana Kamana Purti Jai Mangala Murti Darshan Madre Mana Kamana Purti Jai Deva Jai Mangala Murti Darshan Madre Mana Kamana Purti
Sakshat Shri Adisha Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Lalita Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devye Namo Namaha. The Lalita Sahasranama mentions the three Granthis, of which the goddess is the Vibhadini, the splitter. The Vishnu Granthi is well known to Sahaja Yogis and is in the area of the solar plexus between Nabi and heart chakra, below the sternum. This accords with the Lalita Sahasranama's description. Commentators disagree about the placement of the Granthis, but meditating on the locations given in the Lalita Sahasranama seems to indicate that they are correct. According to the Lalita Sahasranama, the goddess, as Kundalini, opens or splits the Brahma Granthi on rising from the Muladhara in the sacrum, so this Granthi is below Nabi chakra. The Kundalini rises first to Nabi, then through the void to Svadhisthana and recollects in the Nabi before rising to the heart. On rising from the Nabi, she breaks open the Vishnu Granthi at the solar plexus. After establishing at Agnya, she splits the Rudra, the Shiva Granthi, before entering Sahasrara. The goddess is mentioned as residing in each of the three mandalas of the subtle system, which corresponds to the three worlds, Bur, Bhuva, and Swa, and are separated by the Granthis. Below Vishnu Granthi is Agni Mandala, the orb of fire. Between Vishnu Granthi and Rudra Granthi is Surya Mandala, the orb of the sun. Above Rudra Granthi is Chandra Mandala, the orb of the moon. Each of the three sections contains a manifestation of the Turiya, the fourth state, or the Supreme Spirit, which are hidden and only known by awakened souls. Kundalini in the lower section, Atma in the middle, and Paramatma in the upper section. These must all unite to fulfill the purpose of life by making the aspirant aware of the identity of his spirit with the Supreme Spirit. Agni or Vahni Mandala, the circle of fire, is the Bu, the earth realm of the lower three chakras, Muladhara, Nabi and Swadhisthana, which govern the instinctive biological functions of the Shtula Sharira, the physical body, such as sustenance, reproduction and excretion. The fires are the reproductive fire, the digestive fire, and the fire of action. The secret manifestation is the Kundalini as the subtle form of fire referred to as the flame inside the triangle. This is the creation of Sri Brahmadeva and is sensual and instinctual. The power of this realm is Sri Mahakali as the Icha Shakti, the power of desire, corresponding to the A of the three letters A-U-M of Om and the Jagrat, the waking state. Surya or Banu Mandala, the circle of the sun, is the middle section, the Bhuva, the atmospheric realm of heart, Vishuddhi and Agnya chakras, producing the mind, thinking, feeling, imagination, discrimination, expression, ego and superego. This is the Sukshma Sharira, the subtle body, ruled by Sri Vishnu, which experiences and interprets the senses and strives for fulfillment and happiness. The power is Sri Mahasaraswati, Kriya Shakti, the power of action, the U of A-U-M, associated with the Swapna, the dream state. The secret manifestation is the Atma in the heart, which passes through a special nadi into Sahasrara when the Kundalini rises. Chandra Mandala, the circle of the moon, is the Swa, the heavenly realm, the divine provenance of Sahasrara and above. It is the source of bliss, and this realm corresponds to the Karana Sharira, causal body, ruled by Sri Shiva, and the Supta, the deep sleep state. Experienced consciously, deep sleep is a state of thoughtlessness and connection to the divine. Before self-realization, people only experience this realm in short bursts, such as when transported by some wonderful music or art. The power is Sri Mahalakshmi, Jnana Shakti, the power of knowledge, and is the M of Aum, luminous like the moon at the top, placed on the forehead, it is said. The moon rests in the Sahasrara, pouring cool bliss over the subtle system. The secret manifestation is the Paramatma, supreme consciousness, to whom we may get connected. So you lose your being in the Greater One, who is smiling in your calyx of self, secretly hidden to tease you all the while. Be aware, and you will find him, vibrating your every fiber with blissful joy, covering the whole universe with light.
There are 3 granthis, means the knots. The Brahma Granthi, the Vishnu Granthi and the Rudra Granthi. With Agni means fire. When the Brahma Granthi meets, between the Kundalini, Muladhara, Chakra and the Swadhisthana, means Muladhara Chakra, Muladhara and Swadhisthana Chakra. Then Agni Brahma Granthi is established. Vishnu Granthi, when mixes up with the Surya, that is between the Nabhi and the Hridaya Chakra, Surya Vishnu Granthi is established. When Vishuddhi and Agya auras meet, then Chandra Rudra Granthi is established.
Brahma Granthi. The first knot is created by our attention, becoming entangled with matter and materialism. It starts from Muladhara, moves up the left channel and creates the superego. By its action, we lose sight of the spirit. To overcome it, we should put our attention on the spirit and not on worldly matters. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Brahma Granthi Vibedini Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Vishnu Granthi, the second knot, is the one by which we think that we can do something and achieve something in this world. The more we think and strive and live with our ambitions, the more its action moves up the right side and creates the ego. Human beings cannot break the second knot. Only God can do it. So here we must respect ourselves and surrender ourselves to God. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Vishnu Granthi Vibedini Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Rudra Granthi, the third and last knot, occurs on the central channel due to the artificiality in seeking. We have to be truthful and honest in our seeking, absolutely on the truth. We are seeking the Spirit, to become one with the Spirit, and all our attention should go on the Spirit, and should not be frittered away on nonsensical things. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Rudra Granti Vibedini Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha.
Is a principle of that pulsating God, that power within us, which we have to feel, and which pulsates in everything. It happens with Sahaja, no doubt, that the Kundalini rises. But that is not the end of it, because human being is the instrument in which this light is manifested. But once it is manifested, it is not necessary that it will be all the time for this problem. There is a possibility, mostly it is a possibility, that the light can go out. If the wind outside is against, so then it can go out. It can also subside a little bit, it may come up, it may flicker, it may really a little bit. Because human beings as they are, they have got into three complications as soon as they become human beings. These three complications start. And because of these three complications, one has to know that if you have to get out of that, you have to break certain knots that call it granthis in the Sanskrit language, which are giving you this falsehood, the mithya. Falsehood that we think that, you see, in this world, after all, everything is science and everything is what we see and nothing beyond, and all those sorts of things are really false, because unless and until you rise into reality, you believe in them. After all, what is God and what is all this talk of religion, what is the talk of Christ and what is the talk of all these things. So all these problems become sort of identified with you, absolutely. You believe in the falsehood all the time. You are more concerned about the falsehood than about the truth. Even if you are concerned about the truth when you are born with a seeker's mind, then you try to seek and you try to think of something that is beyond. You try to understand that there must be something beyond and something must happen. But still, you see, you are bound by these three complications in life, by these three complications, we accept the world as it is, because we do not know the reality. The problem is we do not know the reality. Till we come inside the reality, we really do not know even what is reality. What is the basic substance of our being? How do we live? What is the subtle being? How do we live? And what is our aim? What have we to fulfill? All these questions are very big in our mind. Then we start seeking here and there, we go around here and there, try to find out. we talk to people, we read books, and especially we go to books which are philosophical and try to find out about what must be the reality. Why are we drawn towards this? Why are we not happy? Why do we feel dissatisfied in life? Why do we all the time hanker after some things, and we do not feel fulfilled within ourselves? And why don't we understand the meaning of our own being? Why are we driven like this? All these questions come to us. All these questions come to us, and we start seeking about it. And actually, our priorities before we get into it are so false because we do not know yet. So, it's not your fault, except if you do not know reality, and then naturally, for example, somebody to catch the train itself is very important, then to go in time is very important, then to get some money is important, then to get to a house is important, then to have some children is important. All these things become very much more important than they should be, while the main thing that is to seek within yourself. The point, what are we to seek, and what is so important about it, that every scripture has talked about is that you must seek within yourself, you must find out yourself, who you are. What is the reason why all of them have been so much stressing? So, till you enter into it, you will not. It's such a vicious circle because of these three complications understanding the part. Because if, as it is described, that your spirit is absolutely a detached personality. It's a detached being. It is not contaminated by anything. It is absolutely complete by itself. It is joy. It is bliss. It is the truth. And where are we then? Why are we in such a mood that we have something very important for us in our life, very, very special for us? We think that, this must be done. I must get myself insured. I must do these things. Then why, if that spirit is such a powerful thing, then what is the complication? What are the complications we have, and how do we get rid of these complications? Through your evolution from the amoeba stage, you can say, even from the we call it the jad, the dead, from the material state to this state, it has achieved quite a lot of detachment in it. The detachment has come in a way that you understand that you are not the dead. No, you are not. That much at least everybody knows that you are not. There are so many things you are identified with, but at least you know that you are not dead. With the growth of materialism and by changing matter and its forms and all that, then you realize one more thing, that matter doesn't give us happiness. Many people through evolution realize it, that matter is not the end of our lives and it is not going to give us happiness. Then in the subtler form, when you evolve even more, then you go into the art and the beauty of the matter. Then you start seeing little deeper than what the matter means to you, and you start thinking about its beauty, its forms, its combinations and its harmony. So the subtleties about matter develop up to a point through your rationality and understanding that you realize that this art also has its finite nature. How far can you go with it? And even if you have art and you become an artist and you are aesthetically very rich, there are people who can be called as masters of art and those who are very aesthetically evolved people. But if you once see their lives, you get shocked. You realize, what kind of artists are these? They are producing art, beautiful things, and nothing goes inside. They are very materialistic. They can be mad people, or they can be absolutely obnoxiously boring. So why is it that these artists, those who are creating all this, supposed to be something which is joy-giving, are so boring themselves and nothing goes inside them, and apart from that they are so oppressive and so much sometimes can be very egoistical or can be very, very methodical or meticulous, and they could be absolutely mathematical about things. You start understanding that they are not that abstract as they produce. They give some ideas, some predictions they do, but they may not be so. So again you start thinking, how is it that this matter, which has gone to this subtle state which is called as art and artists, why is it that this matter has not anything in it to offer us of that eternal value or of that nature which is promised to us through our scriptures? So, some people do at this point. Definitely, they step over, I would say, or they just collapse on that point. In the sense that they think, oh, that there is nothing like scriptures, it's all a mess, it's all wrong, there may not be anything, you see, it's all a tall story told to us. There may not be any truth about it, that there is all pervading power and there is God and you can become one with God. It cannot be true. After all, you can see that there is so much of poverty in this world, so much of pain in this world, people are so unhappy. How can there be a God who can tolerate all this? I get letters of that kind many a times, you see, that how people are so unhappy and they are this and that. And then, how can you talk of God? So this is the one complication we have. And this is the complication comes in because the Atma, the spirit, is enveloped by our attention into the matter. Because the matter has risen. Our attention has come from matter. And it has risen up to a point where there is a knot by which we cannot see the spirit but we see the matter. This knot, you see there's a big controversy about names. I would not like you to confuse it, but we can say like that. This knot is a knot which is a knot between the spirit and the matter, which is called as Jada Prakriti in the Sanskrit language. This is the first knot, which is a very difficult knot. We think this jug is mine, or we think this chair is mine. You see, even if somebody offers you a chair, come along, sit here, and the another person is sitting a little bit, oh, she has given her a chair which is fire. You see, all kinds of complications human beings have, and it's very delicate they are. They are so foolishly sometimes identified with things like supposing a person, or if you go more and more, you see in the politics now, there's a prime minister and he thinks that somebody is sitting on a chair and he thinks that somebody is going to occupy that chair, then you see all kinds of funny things start in his mind and all kinds of complications start and he thinks that he will be dislodged from that chair by which he's been a prime minister, so he starts working out his own plans and things. The priorities are so much in, then you start sort of what you call canvassing for him and everybody going for an election and everybody fighting and the whole world is a mad at these things to see how to achieve that chair, that position by which he can become the prime minister, and the other one doesn't come. The other side working it out, and you see it is very important. But what is he putting on the chair is another dead stuff. You see, one dead is adorned by another dead. He is dead as far as so many things are concerned which are called as the truth. Because he doesn't know the truth. Now supposing you make somebody as a high priest. Now he is a high priest on a chair. To me, I see one dead thing sitting on another dead thing, that's how. Because the chair doesn't understand anything. The one who is put on the chair doesn't understand anything either. Because it hasn't got the awareness to see what is the truth. So what's the use of doing such a jocular thing? It's really a joke. But people are very serious about it. They do very serious and absolutely all kinds of things for these elections. It's so serious. But if you stand from this angle and you see that, you start. What is it? What's this? I never expected. What's all going on? You see, it's quite silly. But we have to accept it because you are misidentified through this one granthi, or you can call it this knot of the Jada Prakriti, or what you call as this matter. Now, for a Sahaja Yogi, it is essential to see how far he is identified with his Jada Prakriti. It's very important to see how far is he identified with his, what you call the attachment or the covering of this dead. All that is subconscious is, all what you call conditioning is that. Everything that is dead is dead. Whether it is your dead matter or a dead thought. It's just the same. And the more you hover on it, you see, there are silly people I've known. I mean, they have come to me in the thing. You see, supposing a wife has died, say about 25 years back, all right? Say he is here weeping and crying, write poetry about her. She's dead about 25 years back. She might have been reborn as a child somewhere or something like that. He can't marry her. There's nothing like that. He's writing poetry about her, crying and weeping. And he expects everybody to weep. There are people I have seen, they sit down and they just weep about it. They just play records and things, melancholy things, and just wasting all their precious tears on something that is dead and finished. Now, there's no need to weep about it, but they'll go on like that and they enjoy such a thing very much and they appreciate it very much. It's no surprise. But people go on wasting their energy, they enjoy it in a way, the way it is written down, the whole melancholy of singing their various experiences and remembering them in your memory. Whatever was false is actually should become nothing in your mind when you reach reality. So the memory in a Sahaja is of no value, much value, because whatever he had was in a dead condition. He was not sensitive to all pervading power at that time. He was just dealing with dead stuff, see? And that's what I was surprised when many people told me that, Mother, after becoming a Sahajogi, now we can't read any more melancholy poets. I said, thank God, a lot of time is now saved for meditation otherwise. Imagine all of them coming with very melancholy faces to me and saying that, Mother, you know, this poet has written, already there are bombardments from people who read all kinds of books that why such a person should write like that and why such a person should write like that. In the same way they would say, why such a person like Lord Byron? I don't even see his face, you see, when we pass that way. I see his really melancholia personified. And he made everybody miserable himself. What was he crying about? I mean, if you see his life, whom did he make happy? He made everyone happy and was crying all the time and still making everybody unhappy. So this kind of a person is there. All this is dead and takes you towards the dead. So dead and dead things can never give you happiness. On the contrary, it gives you habits. They give you habits. And these habits come to you like, say you habituated to sit on a chair, you cannot sit on the ground. Now, if I tell the Sahajogis, no, must learn to sit on the ground, they will immediately start that we must sit on the ground. That's not the point. What I am saying, the habit the chair has given should be got rid of. But for that, you don't waste your energies, for heaven's sake. Because if I say that, then you shouldn't try wasting your energy in getting rid of the habits that were there. On the contrary, if you put your attention to your spirit, to what you have achieved, where you are, gradually you'll find your habits will drop out like that. You have known that. We have had alcoholics with us here, terrible alcoholics who could not give up alcohol, and they have given up. We have had people who were taking drugs, they have given up without any difficulty. Cigarettes, they have given up. I mean, there are some also higher vices and bigger vices also people have given up. And some vices which one cannot mention, people have given up. So this happens when your attention goes to your spirit. And this is a very big detachment that comes to you through your ascent into that realm where you feel the all-pervading. Means automatically your detachment works. Means your attention has felt definitely that oneness with reality. Otherwise, why are you getting detached? And spontaneously it happens. Suddenly it matures so much. Sahajogi is matured so fast. I mean, it's a jet-like maturity, I think. Because when they write, nobody understands. You know? Whenever they say something, people say, what are you talking about? Because they are at such a different level that others just don't understand what they are talking about. And they find it very difficult to understand. Easiest thing, whatever they talk. The others say, what? What are you saying about? We don't follow. So the attention when enters into that, your habits drop. But for that, it is essential that your attention should be on your spirit. Now, what is the beauty of spirit is for a Sahajogi? What does he get out of the spirit? What is the manifestation of spirit is that when his attention is absolutely one with the Atman, with the spirit, then there is a manifestation of vibrations. You start getting boom, boom in your life. Now, these vibrations are there from the very beginning of the matter up to the vibrations where you come up to a human level. So you can call them, these are like electromagnetic vibrations. But when they go on improving, you see, in the beginning they just look like electromagnetic. Then they look like more, there is emotions in it. You see, then you go a little ahead, then you find that these vibrations also act. These vibrations also think. They also report. So you see, gradually you find that with the growth of human being, as a human being from matter, these vibrations have also manifested into different categories. So begin with, these vibrations are only electromagnetic. You can say in the matter, say if you have sulfur dioxide as a molecule, you will find sulfur and dioxide both are vibrating all the time like that. But when it goes on manifesting more and more, that's the basic. Then gradually the manifestation of these higher things can be perceived through our understanding of surgery. But for a normal person, it is only electromagnetic. Now, supposing a matter, which is just a matter, say a dead matter it is. Now, it is not aware that it has got vibrations to begin with. It is not aware. It doesn't even think about it. I mean, it has no awareness at all of anything. It's just it. So, but there are vibrations. There are electromagnetic vibrations, but it is not aware. Now, supposing such a dead matter, if you tell that dead matter that you have vibrations, say, what are you talking about? I have never felt. But somebody else can feel it, that there are electromagnetic vibrations. In the same way, every human being has got these vibrations within him, in the spirit, but they are only manifested when he gets realization. So the second category of the same thing, the same vibrations start expressing higher and higher qualities about it. Like from one seed, a tree grows and the flowers come out and the fragrance like that. You see, the growth is more and more. But the basic is electromagnetic vibrations that you can feel it everywhere in the matter which your naked eyes, a human being can see. Now see, your own growth, have you recognized it? That animals don't know that electromagnetic vibrations, but human beings. But a Sahaja Yogi knows that there are not only electromagnetic, but there are all kinds of manifestation of these vibrations. So electromagnetic are important at a point, and then other vibrations are even much more important. So all these vibrations are combined together absolutely, completely in the human being, which they manifest gradually and they act according to the need of the time. So much so that in these vibrations there is somebody who thinks, vibrations who think, the vibrations who cooperate, who cure, who relate things, who report things. All that you think in the human awareness, that you are doing it like telecommunication, you've got big telecommunication, sitting down here, you can say show some things that are happening in India or something like that. In the same way, these vibrations can report things to you. The complete telecommunication is built in these vibrations. Then you can cure people sitting down here. You can raise their kundalini sitting down here. You can work out on people sitting down here. All these far-fetched things are possible. Those who have been Sahaja Yogis have realized it and seen it and worked it out. And it's most surprising. Now we have a lady here sitting down, says her husband used to drink a lot. Everybody knows the story very well. And we just sent some vibrations and he stopped his drinking. And just to convince that through vibrations it was done, I used something which is very simple, is a lime. You see, living lime. And we put our vibrations into that. We put them near the head of the patient and they suck the negativity of the person and the person gives up drink. You have seen one boy who used to come here, a little boy, who would run all over the places and would not sit down even for a minute. He was possessed, he was horrid. And now he is a sensible boy, he started going to school. He never used to utter even a word, now he started speaking. So all these things happen with the lime. Now you say, well, how is it, mother, lime is such a thing now? For a very sort of up-to-date person, it is a little funny to see limes being used for vibrations. They are actually ultra-modern things, They are ultra-modern. I'm not talking of only modern, but ultra-modern things are limes, are very ultra-modern things, because you vibrate the ultra-modern limes by your vibrations, and you put them under the pillow. Now these limes have a speciality. This has been found out by many people from Canada, that they have a speciality to suck in the vibrations and contain them themselves, or to not only electromagnetic, but quite a lot of vibrations can be in it because they are living, and they have a coefficient, they have a kind of a coefficient by which they suck in these vibrations in them. And then they they throw these vibrations whenever it is necessary. It's not the limes you do, but the vibrations who are contained in them that they do. How I'll tell you. You can think of a battery being created. You create a battery here. Now the battery cannot do anything. But if you take the battery near some point, then it starts working because it is inside. In the same way, we really make it into a battery. When they are near the heads of the people, these limes, you see, they are doing nothing, but these vibrations come out and they start working it out. It's a perfect thing. They do it, they know, they are perfect. You don't have to tell them. They understand much more than you do. They are controlled much better, and they know how to find the ways to extract the negativity, which sounds very funny to other people. You see, that's why I tell always yogis, don't give out all the secrets just now. Let them come in slowly, let them settle down, let them get vibrations, and then we'll talk. Because I've seen if you not only talk, but even if they see that I'm handling some life, some people run away, thinking that it's all hocus pocus, you see. They don't want to believe it. Really, it is a fact. Because people believe in some sort of a funny thing. Supposing I have a big circus and all those things that the people do, I don't know what all they do, but some sort of a funny thing. You see, they like it. For example, if I make you all jump on your heads and shout loudly and make some nuisance out of it, there will be thousands coming to this group, I can assure you. But you see, if you are really knowing about reality and if you are handling the vibrations within you, people won't come. And that's why many people go to that. Why? Because the complication is still at work, you see. So to please them, you have to use their complication. And those who do not want people to know reality, or those I would say who do not know reality, those people who just want to make use of all this, they use this complication. So they try on human beings, and that's how they trap the disciples, and that's how they manage thousands of people bringing money and giving them honor and all those things which are useless for a person who has no reality. For him, money makes no difference. He understands the joke of the money and he understands the joke of everything else. But those who want to use this complication, so this one is described. I will use the name that was used by Shankaracharya, because you see, everybody is not a realized soul and of a great authority, but we have to have some people as authority. So Shankaracharya has called it as Brahma Granthi. He calls it as Brahma Granthi. Brahma Granthi, he says, because the Brahma is the vibrating force. Brahma is that is the vibrating force. Because it's a vibration, that's why he calls it as a Brahma Granthi. Now the second one is the one by which we think that we can do something. Now this one is the superego one, the first one I told you about.
At this time of Navaratri and beyond, we pray to the whole of Param Chaitanya to hear this prayer. That all the restless souls all over the world that have passed away during world wars, civil wars, genocide, and through all acts of violence, all these souls who are lingering here and have not yet passed on, may they forgive us and bless us. We ask them to be at peace with us. And we pray to our Holy Mother to grant these entities peace, freedom, and salvation, so that they may finally stop attacking and trying to overpower the living in various ways. May our most powerful Mother destroy all that is destructive in the hearts and minds of mankind, so that our seeking is awakened and we begin the global journey to reality and peace. Shri Mataji, please destroy all that is destructive in the hearts and minds of mankind, so that our seeking is awakened and we begin the global journey to reality and peace.
Oh Mother, please come in my heart. Clean my heart so you are there. Oh, put your feet into my heart. Let your feet be worshipped there. Let me not be in delusion. Take me from illusion. Oh, keep me in reality. Take away the sheen of superficiality. May I this day be what you'd have me be. May I this day say what you'd have me say. And may I have love for all mankind. Mother, please be in my heart and my mind. Let me enjoy your feet in my heart. Let me see your feet in my heart. Oh, Mother, forever be in my heart. Forever, please reside in my heart. Oh, Mother, please stay in my heart.
Jai Shri Mataji, dear family, thank you all for joining us and making this a beautiful, blissful meditation. We're asking today for attention and abundance for the yogis that have gone to the Sahasra of the UK, the land of our father Sri Shiva, on the realization tour. And as we know, our Holy Mother, Shri Mataji, has told us so many times to establish Jerusalem in the hearts of mankind. And as this starts to happen, this will be a beautiful world. Jai Shri Mataji.